Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the next episode of the TEW 2020 WWE 2024 Save. We're on what, episode 13? So yeah, we're starting with Heat, and then we have Raw, and then we have Velocity, and then we have SmackDown. So let's get right into the show. Okay, quick episode of Heat. And about that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Liv Morgan defeats Maxine Dupree in 11:46 with an Oblivion. Mandy Rose beats Indy Hartwell in 13:36 with a Kiss the Rose. Indy sustained a partial ACL tear. Uh-oh. But, okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, I get it. Raquel defeats Ivy Nile in 10 minutes 52 with a Tejana Bomb. 66 for Raquel and 50 for Nile. And in the main event, Baszler defeats Jade in 14:39 with a Karafuda clutch. Baszler with the 63 and Cora with the 56. And yeah, that's all. 62 rating, not bad. So let's get right on to Raw. Alright, so we're here for Raw. Last week was a pretty big show, so we're gonna try and top it this week. Let's see if we can. We're still on the road to WrestleMania, which is on Saturday, Sunday, week 4, March. So we're almost there. So let's get right on to Monday Night Raw. Okay. And the show starts off with Drew McIntyre coming out. And he's like, last week I put CM Punk out of action. And now he's gone. And that leaves a spot open to see who's going to face Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And since I'm the one that took CM Punk out, it should most definitely be me. Out comes Seth Rollins, and Seth is like, Drew, you're obsessed with this title, and I've given you chance after chance, and you have won none of them. At day one, you had a chance, and you lost. At No Way Out, you had a chance, and you lost. And if Adam Pearce gives you one more shot at this title at WrestleMania, you will lose. And out comes Adam Pearce. And he's like, okay. Let's stop all this. I talked to CM Punk earlier today, and he said that he will be cleared before WrestleMania. So the match stands. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk at the main event of WrestleMania. And then Drew grabs Adam Pearce and is just like, you need to give me this match. Like, if it's like, I'm going to destroy you if you don't give me this match. And then Adam, I guess, just gives in, right? And he's like, okay, Drew, how about this? If you can beat CM Punk on Raw next week when he's cleared, then this match will be a triple threat match. But if you lose that match against CM Punk, and even if you do beat CM Punk and you lose the World Heavyweight Championship match, then you're fired from Raw. And Drew's like, okay, CM Punk, I'll see you next week. So that's the main event next week. Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk with big implications. Okay, out come the Judgment Day. And Finn's talking about his beef with Damian Priest. Rhea's talking about her beef with Becky Lynch. JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio talking about their beef with Kevin Owens, and Seven Owens and Seven Owens and Sami Zayn. Okay, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and so yeah, so then those four people come out because that's just rules of wrestling, and they're like, okay, well, the match was already booked for the Judgment Day versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So why not let's do in the main event Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley versus Damian Priest and Becky Lynch. So that's the main event this week. And then we go to this match, and about that had great wrestling and good heat. SCKO defeats Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough in 60 minutes 1 second when Sammy pins JD McDonough with a haluva kick. Sammy with a 95, Kevin with the 88, JD with a 75, and Dom with a 70. So not bad at all. What's it get? 78. And then after that, the SCK are celebrating, and Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa come out on the ramp, and they're clapping. So, setting some seeds here. Okay, next segment. Roxanne Perez defeats Cora Jade in 12 minutes 5 seconds by pinfall with a surprise cradle. Cora with a 56 and Roxanne with a 65. And after the match, Cora beats down Roxanne. So yeah, this is not over at all. So we'll see from these two again very soon. Okay, in an extremely short match, Braun Breaker defeats Kofi Kingston in 3 minutes 48 seconds by pinfall with a spear. Braun with a 67 and Kofi with a 80. Okay. This is important. Okay. So Imperium come out. And Gunther is basically just like, so we're, Chad Gable came up to us last week and was talking about this, he was talking about how he wants to face me at WrestleMania. And he beat Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. And lads, I'm very disappointed in you. But that's besides the point, and you guys will be punished later. But I've realized that I do need a challenger for WrestleMania. And Chad, you did beat my two henchmen, and I said I might think about you being able to face me at WrestleMania. And so I did. But I think you need to prove yourself to me more. So, I've talked with Adam Pearce, and now there is a tournament to see who will fight me at WrestleMania. 4 people. Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Xavier Woods, and Chad Gable. And this tournament will start tonight and conclude next week. So Chad, I wish you good luck. The next segment is in that tournament, and about that had superb wrestling and great heat. Ricochet defeats Shinsuke Nakamura in 50 minutes 12 with a Benadryller 2-point following interference from AJ Styles. Remember last week on SmackDown when AJ Styles said he was going to show up at Raw? Well, here he is. And he beats down Shinsuke Nakamura. So, yeah. These two have had a whole lot of history. And maybe it will come back soon. Okay, so this is a backstage segment. And this is Chad Gable with the rest of the Alpha Academy. And Chad's like, guys, I love you and you guys mean a lot to me, but for this tournament, I don't want you guys at ringside. I need to do this by myself. And they're respective of his decision. So yeah, Chad Gable, Chad Gable's match is up next. and it gets an 81. Him and Xavier Woods. Of course it does. Chad defeats Xavier Woods in 11 minutes 42 with a bridging German suplex. Chad with the 81 and Xavier Woods with the 80. And I'm pretty sure the next segment is the main event. In another 81. An exceptional match. Wow. Damian Priest and Becky Lynch defeat Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley in 15 minutes 30 when Becky Lynch submits Rhea Ripley with a disarmer. I was gonna say pinned with a manhandle slam, but okay, it says submits here. But Rhea Ripley is pinned, which is the big thing. So yeah, that's it for Raw. Let's see what we got. 79, not bad. But yeah, not a bad show, and let's go right on to Velocity. Alright, we're back with Velocity, and the tournament continues, so let's see that. Okay, in a 67 rated match, Humberto Carrillo defeats Giovanni Vinci in 13 minutes 27 with a moonsault. Next match. Ricochet defeats Cedric Alexander in 12 minutes 14 seconds by pinfall with a Benadryller. Not bad, not bad. Chad Gable defeats Kofi Kingston in 9 minutes 44 by submission with the ankle lock. And Dominic Mysterio defeats Jaden McDonough in 13:08 by pinfall with a frog splash. Let's see what we got. 68, not bad. Let's get right on to SmackDown. Alright, and now we're here to end the show on SmackDown. Let's get right into it. Okay, so we start off the show with Cody Rhodes coming out. And it's Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, actually. And they're both like, well, last week we beat Braun Breaker and Jimmy Uso. And now, I think it's time that we focus ourselves back on the real prize. And for me, that's the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the WWE Undisputed Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. And he's not here tonight. So, Paul Heyman, why don't you come out here? Because I think I have a lot to say about you. And Paul Heyman comes out with Jimmy Uso and his other protege, Braun Breaker. And Paul's like, yes, Cody, yes, Jay, you beat Braun Breaker and Jimmy Uso last week. But Cody, I mean, Braun has been training, and that was the first time he fought you, and I think that maybe in the main event of tonight, he'll be able to destroy you even before you get to the Tribal Chief and Jay. You beat your brother. And to that, I say congratulations. Good job. But I know you have ulterior motives. I know that your goal is to face your brother at WrestleMania. And I am telling you right here, right now, that is not happening. And Jimmy Uso sort of like brings back Paul, and he's like, I didn't say it couldn't happen. For years and years, ever since I got injured and you got your shot at the world title, everybody thought that you were better than me. And I've thought about it, and I've thought about it. And it just kept getting worse and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I just couldn't deal with it anymore, and I had to get rid of you. You were a cancer attacking me, and now I believe it's my time to prove that I am the better brother. I am better than you, Jay. So I'm going to give you what you want. a match at WrestleMania. And when I beat you and you're looking up at the lights, you're going to think that I was the wrong brother to get injured that night. And Jay's like, okay, you know, Jimmy, I knew you were going to say yes to my challenge. But when two Samoans fight, when we fight us, blood, it shall only be done one way, and that is in tribal combat. And then Jimmy and Jay start brawling, and Cody and Braun start brawling, and Paul Heyman's just in the middle of it. And yeah, so that's that segment. And we have a match, and about that good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Montez Ford defeats Carmelo Hayes in 10 minutes 59 by pinfall with a frog splash. Montez with the 78 and Carmelo with the 80. And after the match, out come Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and they're beating down Montez Ford. And Bobby's like, well, Montez, I'm not sure you're going to like this, but I actually have new members of the Hurt Business that I'd like to introduce you to. And out come Malik Blade and Edris Inoue, and they're coming down and they're rushing Montez, and Montez is just getting beaten within a pulp. And okay, shoot, I forgot to add him here, but but never mind. Never mind. Forget any of that. I didn't forget to add anybody. I don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, thank goodness. I was hoping and praying and hoping that this match would do so good. And we have our second blue rated match. Superb wrestling, great heat. Asuka defeats Charlotte Flair in 19 minutes 44 seconds by pinfall with a spin kick. Thank goodness Asuka, thank goodness Flair, thank God for you guys. Yeah, 89 rated match at WrestleMania. The Kabuki Warriors will fight Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair for the tag team titles. So that's why this match is happening. Charlotte with 83, Asuka with 88 and 89 rating altogether. That is the. Well, I was gonna say that's the best match, but I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns versus Kazuchika Okada has this beat. But that doesn't really count because Okada's not really on our roster. So this is our best match so far, and really proud of it. And okay, so we're backstage and we just see Jimmy and Jay. They're still brawling. They're brawling all over the arena. So yeah, that's still going on. Okay, in a decent match, Santos Escobar defeats Carlito in 12 minutes 39 seconds by pinfall with a Phantom Driver. So yeah, not bad. But next week we have Andrade versus Rey Mysterio. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Okay, Logan Paul comes out and he's like, well, it seems as if it's official. I will be defending my United States Championship at WrestleMania against this, yeah, dude. And he's been rising and rising in popularity over the past few months, and honestly, I fear that he's a good challenger for my belt. But just like Rey Mysterio, just like Kevin Owens, you won't beat me at WrestleMania. Because I've already lost at WrestleMania. I know exactly how it is to go down staring at the lights. But this year, I'ma win. And I don't think this LA Knight, and then there's the music, and LA Knight comes storming out, and he's like, nah. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Logan, you think you're gonna win at WrestleMania? You think I'm gonna be the one staring up at the big lights? No. I'm actually just gonna add to your losing streak, because Seth Rollins did it. The first WrestleMania you were at, Kevin Owens kicked you in your no-no square. And this year, I'm gonna beat you for the one achievement you have ever made in this business. And that is just a fact of life. Yeah. And then on that goes to his match, where he fights Austin Theory, and he beats him in 60 minutes 2 seconds with a BFT. LA Knight with the 74, Austin Theory with the 72. Okay, this is important. Yeah, so Randy Orton comes out, and so does MJF, and they're sort of just like chatting about their argument last week, and Randy is talking about how he's gonna fight MJF at WrestleMania, and MJF is like, Randy, you seem a bit too confident in this WrestleMania match. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. You're not making it. Out comes Dijak. And Dijak just bonks Randy right in the head with a big boot. And it's like bad, the beating that Randy gets. And he's like, and MJF is like, Randy, if you somehow, some way survive the beating that Dijak gave you tonight, the next week you will fight my right hand of justice in a steel cage. Mic drop. Randy Orton versus Dijak in a steel cage. And this is the beginning of the pinnacle. And about that, good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Candice LeRae defeats Dakota Kai in 14 minutes 6 seconds with a heartbreaker. Candice with the 86, Dakota with the 61. Not bad at all. After the match, Io and Candice have an interaction. They're just chatting about their match at WrestleMania. And Candice is telling Io that she knows she's the underdog, but she's going to go against everybody and she's going to beat Io at WrestleMania. And the main event, 81, not bad, great heat and good wrestling. Cody defeats Braun in 13 minutes 2 seconds by pinfall with a beautiful disaster. And after, Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso come storming the ring. They're still beating each other up. Braun Breaker starts beating down Cody Rhodes after the match, but Cody gets the upper hand, hits him with a crossroads. Jey and Jimmy brawl to the outside of the ring, and out of nowhere, out comes Roman Reigns with a spear and a Superman punch right to Cody Rhodes. And yeah, that is the end of the show. Gets a 79, which is not bad. The 89 rated match there, beautiful. I love to see that. But yeah, so that is SmackDown for this week. So that's also the end of the episode. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.